Greetings Leo, hey, welcome to your February reading with me. You have just been tuned in with my very new sound bowl, which I think is a magical bowl. It resonates at the heart chakra and also moves up to the third eye. The third eye is where we find our intuitive energies in life and tap into our higher self and messages of the soul. So welcome to 2020, the roaring 20s, and I think we can classify that that is going to be the case. I haven't looked into the particular astrological patterns of February per se, because I'm uploading these videos in January, not long after the January eclipse, and I still find that there is a lot of ecliptical energy around. The eclipse is mighty powerful. It's also tuned into a trine that's running through Pluto, Saturn and Jupiter, based in Capricorn. So that particular trine or energy is very rare. It's something that is only happening now, that it hasn't happened for 2,000 years or more. So some of the things that people will be experiencing around about this time, and especially with a eclipse sort of teed into all that, are possibly karmic events, the tying off of events that have been hanging around the soul for a long time. And when I say a long time, I don't just mean this lifetime. So it can be karmic debts that have been carried forward through many lifetimes, and this also relates to things such as family lines, DNA, lineage, health issues in particular. So there can be some freeing up of this, as if a lot of karmic ties may have been, or karmic debts may have been partially paid back or partially released one way or another. So some people will feel like a release happening or a freedom. You may not even pick it up. It can be at the very subtle soul level, but there will be a change for a lot of people at that level. Then we will move into other more obvious changes and collective changes, societal changes, political, and so on and so on. And remember that Gaia herself, Earth, the planet we live on, is very much tied into all of these energies. So it is with like a rush and a flurry of stuff that we enter into 2020. Let's see what's in store for you guys for your reading for Leo for February, as we have just moved through this eclipse energy. Now, the January eclipse was the last of the eclipse season for now, because it was connected to the one in December the 26th. They were two very powerful eclipses, so people may find, sort of, as I said, energies happening, and unusual energies. Now there's a lovely start, because we've just had the tuning in of the bowl, which was here. I've just moved it to the side, the beautiful heart chakra bowl, which I have just purchased myself, and as it vibrates and sings, it moves up to the third eye chakra, which is what I mentioned, and that is about connecting with the self, the higher self, and the soul, and messages for the soul. So we're already hearing through the cards arriving what we have just been talking about. Truth, which is the judgment card, big changes, and bringing balance too to situations. I see a lot of this purple coming through here, and I have this beautiful little amethyst crystal sitting just next to the cards. So the amethyst might be a really poignant crystal or energy or color for you guys to focus on, to help open up the third eye, to clear any blockages that may have been there. Now, the third eye chakra is about our spiritual body, if you like, but it obviously also highly connects with the physical plane. So the third eye is the insight into yourself, your soul journey, your higher self, into the psychic realm, into the celestial, where you find messages coming from the galactic or from the cosmos. It's when we tap into resources to help enable us on our path to find the right answers, or to find like more of a connection for us. So if some of you have been flailing along and not necessarily having found yourself, or found answers, or found like a feeling of connection, then opening this third eye might enable you to do some, if you like, shadow work, although I'm not sure that that's entirely what this is all about, but it might enable you to do some shadow work to make these connections, to allow the truth to surface, because the truth is often hidden for many different reasons for each and every one of us. So it can be for reasons such as fear or shame or blame or envy or jealousy or fear of failure. So sometimes we hide our truth, we hide our abilities, we hide our dreams because we feel that we can't say the truth either to ourselves or to those around us. So when the Judgment card comes out, it is a very big message in terms of bringing balance and understanding that something in your life needs to be addressed, and that this is a really good poignant moment in your life's journey, no matter what age you are as you listen to this. Because as we move into these 20s, the 2020s, because that's the 20 there, as we move into these 20s, we are going to find more and more truth and more balance for ourselves at our personal level. These truths and balance, which create judgment within us and perhaps also within our everyday life, can create judgment which can be a bit separating or can cause discombobulation, and hence what we are seeing globally with certain things falling apart, like the old establishment, the old way of looking at things, the old way of doing things, the patriarchal system. It's all changing as the truth and judgment come out. And it's not easy to go through huge change that we're going to experience in these 20s. These are going to be hard times, but they will be worth it for you individually in the end. So two really powerful cards to open the reading, tuned in with the sound bowl as well. We'll see how that goes for you all. This one is a lovely one. It is the Eight of Pentacles, and it says positive movement ahead in the John Holland deck. I love the colour palette on this particular card. Traditionally, the Eight of Pentacles bodes well for finances, for career, for optimism around those sectors of your life. Sometimes it can indicate, especially with this card, movement or travel, sometimes travel overseas. But when he says positive movement forward, he also means possibly with a career option or your finances. It might be how you how you gain your finances in life. There might be an improvement in this area. For some of you who have been unemployed or looking for jobs, something might free itself up and become more available. Some of you may be akin for a pay rise or a promotion or some sort of recognition. Some of you might even remember that you might have invested in something years back, like shares or an art piece or some jewellery, and you go in to get it valued and it's more valuable than you anticipated. So there's a lot of opportunities around that card that can influence or be referencing career and money. One thing I do think of is sometimes that there could be a blockage in the base chakra, and that's down at the base of the spine, which also portends to our finances, our home, our career, and our stability in that area. So if some of you do have a blockage around this, you need to open it up, whether it be physically opening it or holistically or mentally or emotionally. What else is there for Leo in these cards here? For 2020, for February, for Leo. Oh, boom, another six, a couple of sixes going on there. Victory and success. Again, we've got the purple around it. So the purple is the wands and often refers again to career. So some of you are lining up for some sort of success here, you Leos. you know, I often think of Leo as being a rather successful astrological sign. I know a few Leos myself. I'm not one, I'm an Aries, but Leo has this background thought thing that I think a lot of people think about success with Leos. These two cards combined together are really boding some sort of success, and this can be notable success. So it could be acknowledged publicly, or it can be the final of exams, passing exams, diplomas, degrees, being accepted for institutions that are quite large and big, that give you a name or like a future path that you're headed. And because it's tied in to this third eye, it's almost as if something about you has, or is going to, if you are thinking right and if you are open to these possibilities, but something is going to be opened and something's going to be made aware of in your life so that you can enable these victories and successes and positive movement forward. Oh, boom. Oh, I love it. There's the lion. I love it when the lions come out for the Leos. And again, I don't know why. Perhaps I'm passionate about cats and big cats and lions. But there's your lion, your Leo, the lion face staring right back at you, and it's giving you power. Now this is the power of the mind, it's the power of the strength of your soul, it's the power of your individuality, it's the power to know that you can move forward. Oh wow! As I'm saying it, these cards are just jumping back at me. It's the power of aiming for victory and success. And it's the power of connecting with your internal or higher self or soul self. And what do we have here, guys? 8866. You know, magical number combinations that have started coming in for these readings for 2020. They're just blowing me away with the power behind the readings and the messages. And I hope that when you listen to it personally, you get a kick out of it as well, and you get the feeling coming through from the power within the reading. It's a fabulous card, this one, and it just rebalances any lost self, lost soul, tied up karma. It's showing that it's coming to an end. And this is the 8. This is the karmic number. This is like the never-ending life cycle. It's the returning karmic issue. There's so much for some of you in here about karma being eased off and allowing you to move forward with positive movement and success and victory. And it could be just a very personal victory for some of you. Wow, I'm really, really loving it, guys. Let's just see if there's one more for you in this deck. I particularly connect with the John Holland deck. I think it's very magical in its own way. It just says there's one more for Leo. Ooh. Okay. 8 and 4. Hope. It's the star, and the star embellishes everything in a reading. It makes it shine even brighter. So, and the star is commonly also known about being similar to judgment. It's about bringing balance into situations as well. So applying balance, and we've got the heart chakra. Oh wow, which was the bowl, was the heart chakra tuning into the third eye. I think I've lost the plot here. So we opened the heart chakra and the third eye at the beginning of the reading through the activation of the sound bowl. And so both of those have come through in the reading. So something has been opened for some of you. I'll do a little bit more for you, probably towards the end. But you also got another 8, so you have the 3 8s, which is very tied into the karmic spirit, right? So something is being released for a lot of you. There's some sort of healing coming in, enablement of success and victory and moving on. Also, if you've had heart pain or trauma, whether it was emotional or physical, then pay attention to the opening of this energy. If there's a release for you in terms of emotional release, Now is the time to really meditate with it and connect yourself with the eights and the past life energy that might have been surrounding any heart pain emotionally, to ask for release from that and to let it go as we move into these 20s. It's so important to try and connect the whole you and the whole energy of you at all levels. And for a lot of us, we've been very scattered. We've been dispersed, dispatched and dispatched and dispersed. So we need to bring those portals, those pieces, those remnants, those shards of us back into a whole integration so that we can function more clearly and cleverly. So yeah, this is a beautiful reading indeed for you guys, Leo. I'm just loving the energy. For some of you, this might be a physical heart issue which also needs addressing, so don't forget about that in terms of heart health, diet, exercise, blood tests, natural health supplements that you can take as well. So I will just put those there, and I will retune you into that magic bowl. I'm calling it my magic bowl because I've had a lot of bowls over the years and do a lot of work with them, and I have never felt the energy that I have off this beautiful bowl. So let us just move into some numerology cards for you very quickly, just to see what's here for Leo, and that's a 10 coming in there, domestic harmony. So for some of you, maybe there's a healing in the domestic harmony field, whether it be with your close intimate partner or with a sibling or with a family member, or even just people you live with, whether that's flatmates or extended family members, or even in a community. So this is a beautiful feeling of peace that comes in with domestic harmony, and it brings calm in particular, and I was going to say contentment. I guess contentment could be the word too for some of you. So this is for Leo. So this card came out before in another reading, and it's teaching and learning, and 57 adds up to 12, which adds up to 3, which is a trinity number. Some of you are going through periods of learning, and others will be going through periods of becoming the teacher to teach. Some of you may take teaching up as a role, whatever form of teaching it be, even if it's mentoring or coaching, and passing on your knowledge and expertise in a certain field. For others of you, it's definitely a period of learning. Self-love, so important. And with self-love, one of the major messages for everyone right now in this time of a lot of action on the planet, self-love comes to us through healing the chakra energies and activating them and having them all working. And when we achieve self-love, we achieve the ability to then be able to give out love, which brings in balance. It's about the cycle of giving and receiving. So it very much keeps the flow of everything moving in life. 63, parenting. This could, and that's a 9 of course, this could mean for some of you, you will become parents. For others of you, there might be a period in your life where you are going through parenting issues, either with a child or with a parent of your own. So this could be symbolic of something that has maybe in the past caused some of these blockages, or lack of self-love in particular, or self-doubt, or karmic past life issues coming into certain families, the reason why we come in and the work that we have to do with them. And for a lot of people, if there are issues with your families and you're thinking, why has my family gone asunder? Why do we not have a good family relationship? The reason is usually very deep and convoluted, and it's more often than not that there's a healing process that needs to take place. Often that can't happen at the physical level, but it can be done at the spiritual, and also through past life activation and healing. So that might be part of a whole conglomeration of things that are going on in the background. For some of you, as I say, it might involve parents around you. They might be on your mind. There might be going something on with family matters in your particular family situation at the moment as well. it's personal. You know, you're all going to find different connections to the parenting and the self-love, but I do think they're very tied. Our self-love often comes from how our home life went when we were children, and likewise it can carry on as how we are as parents to children that we have, or even parent figures for children. This deck here is by Nari Anastasia. She's an Australian spiritual worker. These are lovely cards. I would really only want to do one from here, just because they're very intense, and I think one is enough to focus on. And I think you've got one out. Be fearless, and that really resonates to me very strongly with your own Leo the Lion card, you know, the power. So regaining power, and to be fearless and have your own power is self-love in many ways. And this beautiful orange colour is really resonating over here too, with the orangey colour in the power card. So let's put these down. I will read to you from the book, because the words are often invaluable. There's a saying at the very beginning before the words even start, and it's by Carolyn Miss, and it is, do you really want to look back on your life and see how wonderful it could have been had you not been afraid to live it? And then these are the words. Has fear been holding you back from pursuing your dreams and following your heart? Do you hold a fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of change, fear of making a mistake, fear of what society may think, and fear of life and death? The fear of failing can be immobilizing, and many wonderful opportunities are missed because of it. It serves only as a wall stopping you from living a joyous life. When you hide behind that wall of fear, you not only slow down the process of transformation and growth, but you also attract what you most fear. For example, if you have a fear of not being worthy, you will find yourself in situations and circumstances that validate those fears. Building those walls of fear does not protect you from the unknown. Rather, it keeps you imprisoned within a cycle of challenges. These challenges may come in different disguises, but ultimately they hold the same energy. To transcend this repetitious wheel is to shine light on and face those inner fears. This is not a battle, but an act of pure love and compassion. Go within yourself and find out from where these fears stem. Fears are usually born from something you've seen, heard, or experienced personally. Send this shade within you love, understanding, and compassion. You are stronger than you realize. Take that next step and live your life fearlessly. And there's a mantra that goes with it. Great Spirit, give me the strength to embrace the fears within me with love, compassion, and light. And the associated chakras are the base and the sacral. So that's a lovely message to finish with for you guys, Leo, with your beautiful Leo the Lion power card, your self-love, the reflection of self-love through the power, regaining control of pieces or fragments that have been discombobulated or out floating or in past lives or tied up into fear, and to become fearless and be ready to live this next journey of your life as we embark on these 20s. So with that in mind, I will pull these other two beautiful cards down, and I will continue with a little bit of the sound therapy for those of you who are interested in staying on to hear that. And we have a spinning hematite moving its way in towards the reading. I think it's because of the, I think it's because the bowl is attracted to the but it's not. I'm actually not sure why that hematite spun itself so profoundly and put itself into the reading. So hematite may be a stone for you guys, and I think it is very grounding, and I think it is a good stone for removing fear as well. So here we go with the heart chakra bowl that starts with the heart and takes us up and spins us into the third eye. Opening the heart chakra, allowing feelings of lack, loss, grief, pain, fear, self-doubt to be healed, to be released and freed. Balancing the heart chakra with love, compassion, joy, gentleness, bliss. Moving up to the third eye chakra as a connection to the all self, to self-love, to power, to insight, to awareness, to connection, to source energy. Feeling the energies of power, freedom, release, harmony, love. Self-love, fearlessness, strength, courage, growth, positivity. Moving back down to the heart, connecting with the all that is, the I am. Much love, everyone. Namaste.